video, I'm going to be talking about fermented foods and the effects on some important functions in the immune system, as well as some a substance in the food and the fermented foods that can really help with vitamin nutrient status. So make sure to share these videos with your friends and family to help push out these videos to a wider audience, because my videos, they do include a lot of missing pieces and missing knowledge that a lot of the other YouTuber biochemistry health channels and biochemistry influencer channels are possibly leaving out, and or that are missing from their channels, or they're just not seeming to be including the information in their videos. But I think this information is critical and important for people to know, so that's why it's important to get these videos out there to a wider audience so that they know what is missing. Okay, so fermented foods such as kimchi and sauerkraut, they contain organic acids. These acids are lactic acid, acetic acid, and citric acid. So they're commonly found in kimchi and sauerkraut. And these acids, they improve the absorption of certain vitamins, particularly water-soluble ones like B vitamins and vitamin C. Also, some minerals like iron, calcium, and magnesium. Uh, these minerals are critical, such as vitamin C helps keep iron in a bioavailable state so that oxygen is delivered around the body by red blood cells. Also, magnesium, thanks to fermented foods, is also helped to be absorbed for the lysosome, because the lysosomal membrane peroxidation prevents the lysosomes from degrading the exosomes. So if you've seen my other videos, you already know what those exosomes are and how bad they are. If you haven't seen them, then feel free to check those out. These fermented foods, they also help with vitamin D levels. If you've seen my other videos, the lysosome has to fuse to the phagosome if the phagosome is mature, so that the cathepsins can degrade the vitamin D complex. Because if the cathepsins cannot do so, then there is deficiency of active levels of vitamin D. So a healthy lysosome with magnesium can help the cathepsins to help increase levels of vitamin D. Also, the organic acids in these fermented foods, kimchi and sauerkraut, they make the environment slightly acidic, so that this increases the solubility of minerals and certain vitamin complexes, making them easier to absorb. The way these organic acids do so is by pH modification in the gut, because organic acids lower intestinal pH, therefore increasing the solubility of certain vitamins and minerals, especially B vitamins. If you haven't seen my thymidine Uracil videos, you should check those out as well. But basically, if fermented foods and organic acids are helping absorb B vitamins, then this can also help incorporate thymidine into the DNA instead of uracil. Because if studies have shown that cancer patients, they have high levels of uracil in their DNA, and uracil is not supposed to be in the DNA. That's what can happen due to a B vitamin deficiency. Also, some organic acids, they form complexes with the minerals, such as lactic acid plus iron, that prevent precipitation, keeping the nutrients in absorbable forms. Now, that's critical to help prevent iron trapped in macrophages. Feel free to check out those videos if you like as well. Okay, there are many different interleukins that I've talked about in my other videos, such as interleukin 2, interleukin 6. But in this video, I'll be talking about interleukin 7 and organic acids in these fermented foods, such as the probiotics in those fermented foods, stimulate lactic acid bacteria, which increases interleukin 7 and anti-inflammatory cytokines. Interleukin 7 interacts with the T cells. So the T cells have a receptor on the T cell for the interleukin 7, So those two bind together, and this supports T cell survival, maturation, and proliferation. So that goes to show that fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut are potent and great or good anti-cancer foods that should be included. But of course, too much could be bad because excess T cells, they could end up attacking healthy tissue, uh, or in other words, autoimmunity. So, which is not a good situation. So that's why it's good to keep fermented foods at a modest level. Interleukin 7 also helps prevent apoptosis in T cells. So interleukin 7 helps T cells survive and to not undergo programmed cell death. Also, T cell maturation, and it's also essential in the thymus for early T cell development. Also, zinc is also important for interleukin 7 signaling efficiency. So, zinc deficiency will lead to lower interleukin 7, therefore, impaired T cell and natural killer cell function. So, quercetin, as I've said in many of my other videos, is a great way to help increase zinc or to push zinc into the cells. Also, for zip transporters, interleukin 7 enhances survival of some NK cell subsets. If you've seen some of my other videos, that NK cells, they only attack tumors or cancer cells that don't show or don't express MHC1. So basically, tumors, they do everything they can to to express MHC1 to avoid NK cell killing. Okay, so if you've seen my exosome videos, you already know that tumors, they receive exosomes to devastate the immune system. But on the flip side, T cells, they can actually use exosomes against the tumors because T cells, they pack anti-cancer molecules into exosomes. And then they get trafficked through the immune synapse and then release them via MVB plasma membrane fusion, and then directly killing tumor cells with the anti-cancer molecules that are packed inside the exosomes by the T cells. So it's almost as if the T cell, as an analogy, is sending a gift to the tumor. So the tumor thinks that it's getting exosomes to survive, but without the tumor knowing that it's actually receiving, like, let's say, a bomb in the gift. So the T cell packs a bomb in the gift and then sends it over to the tumor, and the tumor thinks that it's getting exosomes to survive, and instead it's getting a bomb. It's just an analogy. So that's it for the video. If you're interested in more future videos, then make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep it locked in here on my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.